Now remember, I am not going to be muting any of you during this portion. So
Darn it.
yeah, right.
Um,
That way everyone can hear all the wonderful stuff Miriam has to say.
oh my God, Bruce is calling me from Trader Joe's. Hold on, I gotta get it.
God, we're still doing
Jeez.
the show, right?
Not trying to run a show here or anything.
Hello,
And who's
I need tofu, and not the super firm kind. Okay, I'm starting my show. Okay, love you. Okay, bye.
all right? You get that out of your system?
Dude, I need food, and Trader Joe's closes at 9.
All right. All right, here we go. Tonight, live on the air. All right, the best part of the show, though, Myth or Mystery, the weekly panel show where our panel here, with the help of our viewers, decide if the videos or images we're watching tonight are myth, mystery, or unknown. Remember, this series is heavily reliant on our viewers voting on the videos each week, so please share this video out to get more people to join in. You can vote for the videos on YouTube. You can go over to @MythOrMysteryLive. That is in the comments. It is pinned in the comments if you want to know how to get out there and vote for the videos tonight. And though you can comment on the videos from anywhere, if you're watching from Facebook, and we love your comments, the only way to vote is going over to YouTube. Let's meet our panel tonight. It's a jam-packed show, first of all. I'll just go first. My name is Greg Bakken, and I'm a paranormal investigator. I've been doing it for the past 15 years. My favorite way of communicating with spirit is through ITC methods, mainly the Spirit Box. I've had a lot of success using it. I also host Ghostbox Radio, an AM 950 radio, and streaming on Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken on Facebook Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, bringing some fantastic conversations to you regarding the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce Harlow. Harlow is co-producer of the show, graphic artist, research, and video researcher. Just a wonderful person all around. And Harlow is also a writer and illustrator with her book, Plugged into the Paranormal, about her lifelong paranormal experiences. You can find her book on Amazon. Now, we're going to say goodbye to Harlow for a little bit, but we're going to be hearing and seeing from her throughout the show. She always has a lot of great content to add, and she's also behind the scenes, making sure we don't mess everything up. And then we go to Ryan. As you can see, Ryan has a new face today. He learned how to use the shaver. Well done. He's also a 15-year paranormal investigator and the evidence review go-to guy. Ryan is good at finding things no one else has found, and whether we like it or not, it's going to hit you with some cold, hard facts. And I think over the last few weeks, we've really been able to see firsthand when we say Ryan is good at finding things no one else has found. He has really shown that over especially the last few months in particular. And then there's Miriam. Miriam is our psychic medium who specializes in remote viewing aliens and clearing dark energies. Yet I'm still here. She is also a teacher of spirituality, the paranormal, and bridging the gap between the two. Harlow and Miriam they also have the podcast True Crime Psychic Eye, now streaming here on our YouTube page, Myth or Mystery Live. So like I said, there's a lot going on here. And if you missed our show 2 weeks ago, I hope you missed us, by the way, But if you missed our show 2 weeks ago, before the 4th of July weekend, we analyzed a fascinating unknown jumping anomaly and a creepy haunted mirror story from our very own Ghost Inspector Greg. You can find it all of our past episodes on YouTube. Once again, that's everywhere that we've been pointing to you all night at Myth or Mystery Live. That is pinned in the comments, so please go check it out. But tonight, we have a very special guest, Kari the Mortician, sharing some of her own incredible true ghost stories. If you had an extraordinary experience with a ghost, alien, or UFO that you would like to share, please send it through to our website, mythormysterylive.com. You can choose to keep your identity anonymous. Now, we are also, this is also very cool. We are excited to announce Myth or Mystery will be going on location Thursday, July 25th to the famously haunted Redwood Bar in downtown Los Angeles. Wow, look at that. More to come on this fun event. So continue to tune in each week leading up to the event here on Myth or Mystery. Now, before we get any further, I just want to make sure everyone still has all their digits. Everyone still has all their fingers and whatever else.
Why would I not have my finger? I actually used my middle finger a couple times on YouTube earlier. So that one's functioning just fine.
I don't know why you have to be so rude about it, but I mean, it was fireworks. And I just want to make sure that you are all... no, don't. I don't know why people feel the need to do that. I just don't ever. Okay.
Okay, so can we talk about how fireworks, what they do to animals, to wild animals, to the ocean? They hurt my ears.
You're gonna bum us all out, aren't you?
I know. I said I'm done. Oh, but can I say this though?
No.
Every 4th of July weekend, I get numerous phone calls of animals that have run out of their home due to the fireworks. And so me and the woman, I sit on the board for One Planet Rescue, and she's always reaching out to me. So-and-so's pet got out. So I hunted down, well, psychically, I helped track 2 animals that got out, and we did 2 for 2. So we got them both safely home. Happy to say.
Awesome.
But no thanks to the fireworks.
So you are bumming us out. Did you put off any fireworks this past week, Ryan?
Didn't light any, but we watched a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's the first year that my Linus really did not react well to fireworks outside. Normally, normally never really bothered him, but he's aging rapidly before my eyes.
You are?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
So he just runs away.
Oh, do you sit with him? I sit with mine the whole time. I blast the TVs and the fan so they can't hear. Are you as good of a pet parent as me, or
you blast the TVs, but you're watching fireworks on the TVs? That doesn't help. So
no, I'm not. I don't watch fireworks. I blast Friends.
Oh my God. I'd rather hear fireworks, quite frankly.
I mean, I have to watch what's happening, and so I want it to be uplifting at least. Anyway,
and that's Friends that do it, huh?
It's well, the laugh track. So listen, it's a whole thing, because when my husband walked in, he was like, "My Lord, it's loud." And I was like, when you watch something that doesn't have a laugh track, there's lulls, and then they can hear the sounds, and it makes them start shaking again. So you have to have something that has constant noise. Dude, I had a headache at the end. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
you're in there, so I'm pretty sure that's the constant noise. So we'll continue. We have a jam-packed show. We'll continue this riveting conversation a little bit later. For those of you who are just joining us tonight,
that was a good one, though.
Myth or mystery? And do you like how I can end the conversation after I get my zinger in before anyone else can? That's we call that cyberbullying. All right, Myth or Mystery is an interactive paranormal show with a panel of seasoned paranormal investigators and mediums, plus audience participation. The panel will individually determine myth, mystery, or unknown. Myth is not paranormal. Mystery is paranormal. And unknown means not paranormal, but may not be man-made or faked either. The audience is polled throughout the show to determine their analysis of each video, myth, mystery, or unknown. When the panel is not unanimous, the audience polling will be the tiebreaker. The audience will also have the opportunity to win prizes via the paranormal trivia question segment. Violet, if you are listening, you won for June. You need to get a hold of us. If you're watching on Facebook, jump over to YouTube to join the polling. YouTube polling is at Myth or Mystery Live. Now, there are as many people creating fake paranormal and UFO videos these days as there are people trying to capture genuine evidence. Add to that the capabilities of modern technology, such as hologram projections, jetpacks, and programmable drones. It is becoming increasingly more difficult to know what is real. That's why shows like ours, Myth or Mystery, are important in helping us to remember to always use our intuition and evaluate with a critical eye. And with that, I say, let's get things going here. As what we're going to do right now is tonight we kick off our show with our ghost story segment. Our guest tonight is Kari Northey. Kari Northey has been a licensed funeral director for 22 years and has been in the business for 29 years. Also known as Kari the Mortician on social media, with over 123,000 subscribers across her platforms, Kari seeks to help funeral directors offer a better customer service experience to the families they serve, along with educating consumers about the different areas of the funeral business. Let's give a very warm welcome, a very warm Myth or Mystery welcome to Kari. Very nice to have you with us tonight. Where are you? There you are. That's when you want. Then we can have all of that. How are you doing tonight, Kari?
I'm good. I'm very different time zone. So I'm like rallying. I had to ramp up to join you guys. But yeah, I'm excited to be
Thank you
here.
for rallying.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. So, I on my show a couple of years ago, I had somebody who worked in hospice, and the stories that she would tell us about what was happening at that transition of life was sometimes beautiful and sometimes super frightening. It's what have you been dealing with all these years doing your job?
We don't see the death. We see
the
body.
I do understand what a mortician does. Thank you.
But I've never seen someone die. I've seen my dog be put to sleep, but that's it. I've never seen a human die. So I think it's very different in that realm, because I do hear from the families a lot of stories about what they witness in hospice when people die and stuff too. But I mean, sadly, I think a lot of people will be disappointed. I don't feel much presence by the adults and everyone that are in our care. It's funny. I was talking to some funeral directors recently, and we were talking about spirits and, just paranormal things we've experienced at some of the funeral homes that we're at. And we talked about children, and I have had experiences in my home with small paranormal experiences, shorter paranormal experiences, let's say. And we talked about children feeling lost, and maybe they don't pass as quickly as others.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe did something come home with me, possibly, because I don't feel anything around the individuals I care for at the funeral home. Nothing. I feel a void of presence, if anything. They are very much the people are very much a body at that point. There's nothing lingering. I don't feel anything around, and I'm very, I will say, in tune that I feel things in a lot of other places, but at work, nothing. But we talked about how maybe children are lost, and maybe they sometimes do cling to funeral directors, especially female funeral directors, because it's the mom thing. And maybe that's why some presences go with me, and it's maybe not from where I'm at and the homes that I was in when I experienced things. And maybe it's because things came with me.
Mm.
Who knows? I mean, I've had a couple experiences at funeral homes, but a lot of funeral homes were former residents where people lived, people died, things transpired. Or, I lived in a home that I had several experiences at, and next to water, which is a huge conduit, that was old Native American ground. Who knows who could be buried there, so it's kind of like trying to connect dots, but paranormal is about dots never really truly connecting, I think. And so, some of it we're never going to know, but I tangent in case you wonder. So, I'm all over the place, but I don't think I even answered your question, but go ahead.
No, I think I mean, but are you getting like, because I understand that you're not there for the death part, but I mean, do you get any sort of any activity there that, like, I think you might have kind of alluded to that, maybe not really sure where it's coming from, but is stuff happening there that you can't really account for?
There are things that happen in the buildings, not with the bodies.
Right.
I'll tell a couple of, actually something today, like it was crazy today. I was like, man, did whoever knows something was happening. I was in a funeral home. Today I was going to meet with a family. I was the only one there. I love being in a funeral home by myself. Mm-hmm. It's peaceful. It's liberating. I don't even know, walking through that hazy darkness and early morning or evening. It's peaceful. The living are who you need to fear. But so it was like middle of the day. I go to the bathroom, I walk out and I jumped, when you jump and your eyes kind of clutch for just a little bit longer than a blink. There was something there and I clutched my eyes just long enough, and when I opened, it was gone. And I know for 100% certainty something was there. What was there? I don't know, but I can tell you how tall and how solid it was. And so I see things and I do experience things. It's hard for me to say what it is, but I was working at a funeral home one time, and the old owner had just died in the building. Mm-hmm. Had died upstairs in the residence. And I was sitting at a desk, and to my right was stairs to down all the way to the basement. And there was a huge window above where the door is. So lots of light coming in at me. And that's to my right, and I'm facing away from it. Well, the other person in the office working went to the basement to go do some work. And a few minutes later, I see somebody walk past me to my right, light completely blocked out. So I thought she had come up and went into the room where we set up the individuals in the casket for viewing. And I'm like, okay, she's in there. A few minutes later, she walks upstairs. So something was next to me and walked past me to that room. What or who it was, I don't know, whether it was the old owner, but a death had just occurred by a funeral director. And those would be the motions in the path they would have taken. So that kind of stuff happens. I think I've had more happen outside the funeral home than I've ever had happen in the funeral home. The one funeral home I work in is supposedly very haunted, or a lot of activity, typically at night. We've talked about setting up a camera, but I think none of us that work there want to truly know.
Right.
See, because we're not fearful of being there. We're not scared of anything there. There's a lot of shadows and doors opening and things that we truly cannot explain, like shutting a door, locking a door, coming by 5 minutes later, it's completely open, shutting that door, locking that door again.
Wow.
Open. My man used to work with me at the one funeral home, and he had come in early morning, like 7 a.m., had walked past this door, shut it, locked it, came by, did it again. I came in a little bit later, and I was like, why is that door open? That door we don't use the door. We never go through that door. For it to be open was crazy. And I shut it, locked it again. And I saw him a little bit later. And I was like, man, that door was open. He goes, it was. And I said, yeah. And he goes, I locked it already twice this morning. So it's just, there's things that can't be explained, which is the definition of paranormal. So what it is, who knows? I think it's just there and in motion, but I don't think it's anything that wants to harm us or interfere with us, or, you know, it's not like somebody died and their spirit came. You know, if I die,
Yeah.
spirit doesn't want to go watch somebody embalm me or watch me while I'm in a cooler. Like I've always said, I think that's the most illogical, is that your spirit would want to go to the funeral home and hang out while it's watching whatever's being done there, or go with you to the crematory. I think you're going to go try and reside somewhere where there's loved ones, or there's, you know, yearning for you or something like that. But yeah,
So can I ask, with that being said,
yeah.
your kind of conclusion, just your educated guess based off of your experience and just your overall intuitiveness, is that these experience, like, on one hand, you, if I'm hearing you correctly, you'd almost want to say, like, listen, it would actually be a you know, unusual to hear funeral homes getting tons of activity, because when I'm hearing you, everything that you're saying is the opposite. And then as you were talking about it, I also, like when you said someone, you know, that door opened and closed a couple times, there was just also this sense of, it is possible that these people pass and they're just for a brief moment wanting, like, it's almost like they're grabbing onto that familiar of living and walking through a hallway, opening a door, closing a door, and then they're done, and then they've moved on, you know. And I think there's something to say, just like with everyone who chooses professions that they're in, there has to be, it's like someone who's an emergency room doctor, they can't be like me. They, where it's like, oh my God, right? They can't be they have to be completely different personality. And same for someone in your profession. It's not that you don't feel, it's that you are aware of what's around you. And when you need to be aware or hyper aware of something, you will be. And otherwise, you don't need to be, you know. It's kind of like when people say to me, you know, you must have experiences all the time being a psychic, and you must, and I don't. I rarely do. And when I go into homes that people say are haunted, I don't walk in and I'm not like, oh my God, I feel this and that and that. Partially because I've trained myself to just be in the moment and not be overwhelmed by one energy or another. And like you said, I can become more energetically overwhelmed by, more so by the living than those that have passed.
Yeah.
And you made that comment too, where it's like, I'm more afraid of people that are alive than those that have passed.
Very
And
true.
I also found it fascinating, your comment about the stillness that you experience and the calm and the peace that you feel when you're there. I would like to ask, is it, you know, for me, I practice meditation every day, sometimes an hour and a half at a time. And would you say that there's that sense of feeling, it's almost like you feel everything in the moment, like you, when you're in that space, when I'm in that space of meditation, you actually experience everything in the moment. And there's this not disconnect from the physical, but you're experiencing the physical and everything beyond the physical. And there's a peace that comes with that. Would that sound like something you're feeling?
No, I think it's so much simpler. There's not like some spirit or anything with the deceased. It is another. So I'm very cautious when I talk about people who are dead. They are still a person. But when we are working with them, they are an object in a lot of ways. And I hate talking about deceased in that way because they are still people, but they are a body void of anything that makes us who we are. There's no emotion, there's no feeling, there's nothing. They are just a body. So I think it's just an absence of all that makes us who we are. There's no energy, there's no vibe, there's none of it. So I don't know that it's meditation at all. It's just, think of a woodworker going into their wood shop and just doing what they do. It's the same thing. We're completing a job, we're completing a task. There is somebody caring about what we're doing outside of that room, but they're not there. and it's just us and this deceased, and we're just doing our thing. So I don't ever think or feel that there's anything there with me in that moment. And I turn on my music and I kind of do my thing. And I feel things at a lot of other places and a lot of other, residents and homes I've been in, but nothing there outside of the room. Like if I'm in the prep room, in the embalming room, and I'm with somebody and I'm getting them ready, I'm not feeling anything. Outside, you catch things that walk by or shadows or whatever, depending what time of day, but never when I'm in there. It's just more.
What would you say
Yeah.
is the most memorable experience you've had?
At a funeral home?
A paranormal experience, either there or not.
Well, I'll tell two stories. So, we moved into a small house that was on a lake. It was we call it the yellow house. It was yellow house. It was modular bottom, stuck built top, and then we ended up picking up and moving that house and then building. And it was it sounds crazy, but in the long run, we sold that house. It was a good business kind of transaction thing we did. But that little yellow house, my two girls were really little, and they ran down from the upstairs one day. And they were like, we don't like him. And we're like, what are you talking about? And they were like, the man that's up there. And we're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So we go upstairs and we're looking around. They had seen an old man in this one closet. So we told the guy, we said, hey, whoever's here, go away. It went away for a long time, whatever was going on. But then I was putting my daughter to bed one night. I was sitting it was toddler bed. So I'm sitting next to it and I'm like starting to fall asleep. And I hear right next to my ear, this breathing and kind of this start to whimpering, like a little kid does, like kind of thing. And I went to open my eyes thinking my other daughter was there from across the hallway. Cause it was kind of that, A-frame top style, and it mirrored each other. So the rooms were across just a small hallway and slanted roof kind of thing. And I opened, there was nobody there. There had been something right next to me, a child making a noise. And I was like, okay, that's creepy. Then, and I couldn't tell you time frame later, I was across the hall in the other bedroom, crawled up in the bed with my daughter, trying to get her to sleep. And I'm laying under the covers and my eyes are closed. And I feel, how a kid crawls up on a bed, slow, and then crawls across you like a little toddler. Not a lot of weight, but enough that you're feeling them and you're feeling hands and knees move. Open my eyes again, thinking I'd see my other daughter, nothing there. So that's what led us to the kind of child conversation at work one day recently with another funeral director or two other funeral directors. And we were like, maybe that is why a child was there, is maybe they came home with me around that time or something. And they felt attached to me because maybe they saw this mom and was, but when we picked up and moved that house, I went to go get something out of it one day. I never loved being upstairs. We eventually, that room where the man was became my office. I never loved it. It was always had a funny feeling to me. I couldn't even tell you what that funny feeling was. And I went to go get something out of that house, and I went upstairs and I was like, I don't want to go in that room. I don't want to go. And I couldn't even tell you what I had to go get. It's been a few years. And I turned to go back down that stairs, and it felt like someone was, I thought I was going to fall down the stairs. It felt like just,
oh, wow,
get the hell out of this house is what it felt like.
Wow.
I went out and I said, I'm not going to look back. I'm not going to look. And I looked up at the window and I expected to just see somebody. There was nobody there, but it was just such a strong presence of get out of here kind of thing.
Wow.
My boyfriend, Josh, his house was an old little lake cottage that got built into a home. And when I started staying over there, everything was okay for the beginning. And then I started where and it was only when I cooked. It was the weirdest thing. I would cook in the kitchen, I'd make dinner or whatever. And that night when we would go to sleep, I would wake up out of a sleep going, and he would go, what is going on? I'm like, I don't know. And it happened numerous times.
Wow.
It was crazy. And I just thought, I am not wanted here. And I don't know why. And I thought it was maybe a vibe I was getting from his son or something. I was like, did your son not like, he goes, he loves you. Like, why? What's going on? And I explained it. So eventually we called his mom and I was like, do you have any sage? Because she's a very earthy, sagey lady.
Mhm.
And I've been around a lot of Native American tribal funerals and things. And I very much believe that in a cleansing of things. So she came over. I was not there. Him and her went around the house and they saged. And he had experienced things down in the basement. We call it a Michigan basement, which you guys might not know what that is, but it's like a sunk in the ground, natural rock Michigan basement. It's just your basement. It's low and your utilities are typically down there, like your gas and stuff. And he had somebody breathing in his ear one time when he was down there. Well, he gets down there and his mom's like, over there. And he's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, waft it 3 times and go bury it because it's over there and I'm not going. And I was like, oh my God, what was over there? What are you talking about? And I'm like, do I believe? What am I believing in? What is going on? After that, it stopped.
Wow. No kidding.
Did not happen. But I will say about 6 months ago-ish, Josh looked at me and he's like, what's going on? And I had a look on my face and I had just seen somebody. And I said, well, I just saw somebody. And he's like, have you been seeing somebody? And I said, not really. And he goes, I think I saw somebody the other day. He goes, and he's had a lot of footsteps in the house and things. His house has a lot going on. What it is, I don't know. I have seen people 20 plus times.
Wow.
And
no kidding.
It's not like you see the height, you see the outline. It's typically I don't think I've ever seen a female. It's typically male, about the same size. Whether it's the same person or not, I don't know. It catches me off guard, but it doesn't scare me.
Right.
It just startles me. And so I'll say, just please don't scare me and kind of do your thing. And so it's interesting.
I think that, if you don't mind, I want to stop for a second. I've got a question in the comments here for you.
Of course.
Can you tell me why they call it a casket versus coffin and funeral coach versus hearse?
Yeah. So casket and coffin are not the same thing. A casket is a 4-sided box with a typically attached lid that opens and closes for burial. A coffin is a 6-sided box that has a detachable, typically lid. You'll see kind of the old toe pitcher coffins back like Wild Wild West, or it's like over in England and Europe. It's what you still see over there used. So it's just a style of burial unit. And they are different items. People interchange the words, but they are by definition different words. A hearse is what you drive to the cemetery, but a lot of times funeral homes may have transitioned over to like a minivan with a panel on the back windows. So they may call it like a mini coach or something different. What was the other word you used for it?
Here. Hearse?
Funeral coach.
A funeral coach. So it's just a softer word. It's kind of like going from mortician or undertaker to funeral director. It's just a softer word. But if you go to like movie style, you go back to the other sensationalistic words like hearse and, coroner. Even if a state doesn't have a coroner, they throw out that word, or, whatever is going to get the bigger reaction is what you use. But softer words, I think, is what some of it is. But coffin, casket, completely different words.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Kari.
Welcome.
Go ahead, Greg.
Is there? Just curious if there's any other, because I'm not reading the comments at all. Is there any more thoughts or questions or anything from what Kari was saying tonight? Okay, all right. I mean, apart from seems like people were loving it. Kari,
yeah.
we know you had a super long day, so we're going to let you go. But honestly, thank you so very much for all of that. That is really awesome.
Anytime, I'll come back. You let me know.
Thank you, Kari. Nice meeting you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. And what we're going to do now, we're gonna move things along so that we can get Emily on here with us, and from there we're going to take a look here, and I'm going to get to the right thing here. There we are. And Emily, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, super good. How are you?
So far, so good. So we're going to be talking about something that you submitted tonight. And remember, folks, if you think you have something that you may have caught on camera that's paranormal, please submit it to our website via mythormysterylive.com. And this is one of the things that we love to do, because we want to be able to show people some of the stuff that you all have been capturing as well, or if there's something that you see that you find very interesting, that is stuff that we want to do as well. So once again, if you have anything that you want to submit to us, please do so through mythormystery.com. And we're going to now take a look at what you submitted here. And Miriam, if you wouldn't mind putting that up, we're going to talk about this before we do our voting. Now, folks, remember, though, Emily, you took this picture yourself?
No, my son did. He was 9 at the
son did?
time. Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so why don't you set us up with what we're looking at here, please?
Yeah. So my son texted me, and he was looking out the window. I was at work at the time, and he texted me, and he's like, "Mom, there's a UFO outside." And I was like, "What?" And he sent me this picture. He's like, "I'm looking outside," and he snapped this picture, and he's like, "There's a UFO outside." And that's definitely what I thought it was, because I checked the window when I got home, and there was nothing in the window or in the screen or anything. So I don't know.
And not to say that it wasn't real. I mean, that was kind of one of the first things that I had wondered about a little bit. I mean, only because it does kind of look a little bit like that. And I'm not trying to diminish what that was. It was just a first glance thought, but he saw it moving. That's what got him to take the picture, is he's seeing this thing flying around. Well,
he saw it a little bit, like move a little bit, and then it was gone, as they often do. It just disappeared.
Oh, wow.
And I sent it to MUFON, and they said it was a maple seed.
A maple seed?
Yeah. So, the helicopters we used to play with as kids that fall off of trees.
So they're saying that it's not real at all.
Correct.
Okay. All right. But your son, who would know a difference between one of those seeds and a UFO, he's saying it's a UFO, right?
Yeah, he watched it. He watched it and I don't think it was for very long, probably a few seconds, but it was moving, and then it disappeared. He took probably 2 different photos, maybe 3, and it just disappeared. And it was a rainy, kind of cloudy day, as you can see.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious, when you submitted the photo, did they just respond to you with like a statement, like an email or something? Or did someone call and interview either you or your son about it at all?
No, they didn't talk to me at all. I got after probably a couple of months, I got a 2-sentence email saying that we think it's a maple seed. And I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I would say maple seed doesn't feel correct. And I did... I'm not an idiot. I checked the window, and there was nothing there. This would have been an hour or 2 after I got the photo. There was nothing there.
And your son also is not an idiot. He would know a maple seed. Now, kind of switching gears a little bit here, you had mentioned in your submission to us that you've experienced lost time in the same location where the photo was taken. Can you expand upon that a little bit, please?
Yeah, I've had so many different things, but yeah, a big one. It would have been probably 2 to 3 years before this photo was taken. It was me and another person who both experienced the lost time, and we were just sitting outside in the backyard, and one minute it was 1:30 in the afternoon, and what felt like just moments later, it was 3:45, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
And we were both really confused. So it wasn't just me, it was myself and another person, and 3 hours or whatever, 2-3 hours had gone by. We were just really confused.
And the difference between when you just lose track of time, you're like, oh, look at that, look at where we're at now, versus what the hell just happened?
Yeah, this is straight up. It would have been just maybe 10-15 minutes looking at the clock and it saying one time and then another. It was super bizarre.
That's incredible. All right, Emily, please stick around with us. We're going to come back to you in a couple of minutes. What we're going to do right now is we're going to do what we normally do here, and that is we're going to vote on that image for everybody. Now, you're going to vote before the panel analysis on video number 1 will be played, and it's going to be played a few times for you. You will then have a total of 60 seconds to complete your vote. You know how this works. If you're not over at the YouTube page at Myth or Mystery Live, please go over there to vote and put your comments in the comment section. And here's your opportunity to take a look at image. Let's see, where am I at here? Okay, let's take a look at image number 1. Here you go. All right, polls are now closed. Panel will begin their analysis. After the panel analysis, you'll all get your chance to vote again. Why don't we get things going here? And Miriam, please let us know what you think.
Oh, this is a hard one.
Sorry.
Hey, you can't preemptively do that.
You'd think that.
This is hard. Okay, so hold on. Let me focus. Leave me alone so I can focus. There's obviously energy around the space. This, like Emily, your story about losing time, I can feel the activity in this area. This, though, feels dense and physical to me. It feels physical. It doesn't feel like when I've experienced a UFO, even though they can and do and show themselves materialize physically, that the physicality is different. It's almost clear and energetically it's very almost see-through. This for me has a density to it that UFOs don't typically have. But here's the thing. It's dense, but I can't pinpoint it to a physical human object or human, like not human, but a physical earthly object. So I have to go unknown.
Got it. All right. Very interesting. I will go next here, and it is hard because there's a lot of things at play here, and full disclosure, I know Emily very well. We're actually pretty good friends, so I do want to kind of put that out there. So I mean, I've not seen this photo before, and but I guess why I'm saying that is because we've had many talks on these sort of discussions, these subjects, experiences that each of us have. So for me to automatically, I don't doubt whatsoever that these experiences have happened to her son. I mean, he knows, I know her son. So I know all these things. And so, this is one of those things that it's tough to say, because if I didn't know them, I probably would say either unknown or myth. But because I know them and I know what they bring to the table when it comes to this sort of subject and stuff, I am happy to say that I do believe that this is mystery. So,
I always miss you on that one.
I know
always
it's hurtful.
miss
It
you.
is like, and here comes Ryan to blow us all away. So here you go.
I promise I won't stomp too hard here.
Here we go.
So this is the full video that you sent in, Emily, and what I'm looking at when I look at this is kind of what you have circled up there. But then I'm looking, the road here, we're a little bit wet. Looks like it must have rained recently. Looks like we have some stuff on the window, kind of some streaks coming down too. All of that put together, I want to do a side by side here of what really made me think of it. So these two specks on the window here, to me, they look like they have the same density, like it's something on the window itself. I do agree that this is not a maple seed. I grew up with maple trees. It's got a similar shape, but it's definitely not a maple seed. But I do think this is something on the window itself. So I'm going to have to go myth on this one.
All right, you heartless monster. Okay, so isn't it? You know what I think is really interesting? The funny thing, the most funny thing about this is that they sent it to an organization that looks at UFOs, and we have given more care and attention to it in 10 minutes than they had at all. And I find that to be actually pretty sad, to be perfectly honest. Now,
and they had it for months, she said.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forgot I always forget about the polling stuff because I'm more interested in what I have to say than either of you. So what are we looking at pre-analysis?
Pre-analysis, we're at 33% myth, 26 mystery, and 40% unknown. So
Miriam won. Cool.
Spread.
Oh no, well, I'm sorry. You said Miriam won? Oh yeah.
Actually, no one said that. Funny enough, and I doubt anyone will. So
I don't know that I ever would.
It's not about who wins, right? No one wins in these situations.
It's not about who wins unless
you win.
Unless I win.
Absolutely. No, we know the routine. Don't worry about it.
I just thought maybe you guys forgot over the long weekend.
There's a lot of things I tried to forget. So did your analysis change at all? Whether it did or not, please vote again. We want to know if the panel has shifted your viewpoint on image number 1. Now remember, even if your analysis did not change, please vote the same one more time. Here you go. All right, so we heard the panel analysis. Now we see what the audience have to say, Miriam.
Okay, so let me see. Joshua says, I'll send my picture this week of the photo I'm talking. Oh, he's talking about a photo. Got it. Ghost Quest. I feel like Ghost Quest is new. I don't think I've seen them before.
Anyone talking about the photo at all, though? Just
I'm sorry for being nice to our viewers and acknowledging their existence. Freaking Greg. Joshua doesn't think it's either. All right. UFOs come in so many shapes and sizes. Depends on how much you pay, but yeah. Was it silent for your son? It's a good question. I wonder if your son felt compelled to take a photo. I saw that, Linda. I think that's a great question. It's a really good question. Possible flying wing. What's that?
Chicken wing.
Flying wing is a type of UFO that some people see.
So here's
okay.
Here's the question I have for both of you. Okay.
Yeah.
And hopefully, Ryan, you're not as much of a monster to your own children as you are to this young kid who, the fact of the matter is that he called his mom before he took the picture saying he's seeing a UFO.
I'm not discrediting that. I'm only going off of
only
what
massively. Yeah.
only going what was presented to me.
Oh, okay. All right. Now here we go.
You know what? You two save your fighting for another show. I'm sorry. I'm posting what everyone's saying, but no one's listening to me.
Because you're not reading them.
Well, because you guys were freaking talking. All right. Here's the thing. This is what I'm gathering. I'm just going to make a general assessment from the comments. We're not sure. We're just not sure what this is. But I think there's something I'd like to say. I have to figure out how I want to word it. But it's like there's obviously a lot of activity where Emily lives. And I'm with Linda where her son felt compelled to take this photo. Okay. So something's happening. Someone's feeling something. Something is happening. How it manifested physically is, I think, for me, what we're trying to understand, because two things can happen at the same time. There can be an experience, a psychic or alien or UFO experience, and at the same time, there's something flying from a tree or falling from a tree, or there's something on the window, or like both of those things can be true. Okay. What can also be true is we can see something. We can see a tree. We can see a leaf. We can see anything physical on earth, and we can actually see through it and have a psychic experience in that moment. So it's not that it's a portal, it's that it's a mirror for a psychic experience that is happening, i.e. a crystal ball, right? As old school as that is for psychics, crystal balls are a thing, as we know, and they're there for a reason. And so especially with Emily, like Greg was saying, Greg knows Emily. He knows their capabilities. He knows that something had to have been going on. There was an experience her son was having. That we know is truth. Did he see something through a physical object that was mirroring back this psychic experience? So when the psychic experience stopped, you ask the average Joe to now look at what this boy saw, and the average Joe's like, I don't see anything. I see a tree. I'm just using tree as an example, right? But the boy genuinely was having a psychic experience through this physical object, again, i.e. a crystal ball. And I do believe that that happens a lot of times when people capture paranormal on camera, and then it is debunked because both things are true. They had a psychic experience using that inanimate object as a crystal ball type effect. When that psychic experience is over, that crystal ball is nothing. It's just an object sitting there, and there's nothing to be seen in it. And so two things are true. That experience happened, but now in this moment, it's just an inanimate object and no one really knows what it is. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm not yelling. I'm just getting information. As I'm talking, more information is coming to me and making sense of these moments where we aren't sure what we're witnessing. Yet the person that took the picture or the video knows they experienced something, and that's undeniable, right? And that's what Greg is saying. We know that's undeniable, that's real, that's true, and that's why we have Ryan here, because two things can be true. That's it.
Well, and your eyes can pick up things that sometimes the camera can't either.
Yes, you're absolutely. And the truth is, as we all know, a psychic experience is an whole body experience, right? We know it's not just. Sometimes we see it, so like Kari the Mortician was saying, you see that black figure walk past. You're like, my eye saw that and I felt that, right? And sometimes it's just a whole body experience, like Emily's son feeling, and like how Linda said, this son must have felt compelled to take the picture. He felt compelled to call his mom and say, I'm seeing something. So something was happening. and then it manifests into something physical. So, or it was being seen through that crystal ball that was actually a physical earthly thing. Anywho, Joshua agrees with me. That's all that matters.
My radio show is not going to air tonight, is it?
No, not if I keep talking.
It's got to take her off stage.
Remove me. It was just Sticks Boy. It was a picture, and then I turned it into a video because I'm a magician. All right. Okay, but now look at Ryan. Just freaking took the show and freaking destroyed it. I'm not even going to post these numbers.
I'm still going to read them.
Well, I'm not going to post him. Mute him. Somebody mute him. Hold on. I want to do it first.
All right. So afterwards, we were at 52% myth, 17% mystery, and 29% unknown. In other words, Ryan wins.
Oh, what happened to no one wins on this show?
I feel like the viewers certainly don't win. I think
they're suffering. Like,
I think we found the real losers of the show. So let's bring back Emily here. And I saw, first of all, if any of you are seeing in the green room that she had like a small infant child with her, that is not the son she is talking about. Just want to make sure. Did Emily, did Miriam's voice wake up Marlo?
No, he'd been sleeping for like a good solid hour and a half, so he was ready.
Yeah, then Miriam was starting her thing, and that woke him up. I get
Greg,
it.
no one can see Emily in the green room.
I can.
Oh well, you're the center of the universe,
so
you're right. So then everyone can.
And so can you. I was talking to you about that. So
I can't see. I couldn't see. Okay, so anyway, hi, Emily.
Hi. I'm like, I just gotta say, like, I'm totally cool with it being a smudge on the window. Like, it doesn't, like, it's not a big deal.
Well, it just is a game show where no one wins. So here's the thing: don't listen to these people as like definitive, like that's the answer. Please don't be like, well, if they said it's a smudge, I guess it's a smudge. Please don't do that.
No, and I mean, I say that because that's like the most minor of experiences I've had there. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Well,
and I don't live there anymore. Like, a big part of that is because of the weird, crazy stuff that happens there.
Sure.
Well, we're gonna have Emily back to do a ghost story segment, so don't ruin the fun.
Oh, I would love that. I do have some good ones.
Good.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Okay, well, why don't we do this? Unless anyone has any other questions for Emily, we can let her go. And this was great, Emily. Thank you so very much.
I have a question.
Of course.
Emily, I really was drawn to Linda Judd's comment about your son being drawn to take that. Do you have any background on that moment when he said, like, what he was feeling when he took the picture, when he told you about it?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And I want you to keep in mind that he was 9 when that happened. But then somebody also said, was it silent? And I just want to be like, well, if it is a smudge on the window, then yeah, it was probably pretty quiet.
But did your son, did he call, like, was he in the other room? He's 9, so he wasn't on his phone. He called you from the other room and said, hey mom, there's something outside?
No, he called me on the phone because I was at work. So he was like with the sitter, and he was just like looking outside and happened to see it and got a couple of photos and called me from where it startled him so much that he had to call me,
Right. That's amazing. That's
But
really
these monsters say it's a smudge on the window. I mean, why would he be so, scared of a smudge? I'm just kidding, of course. But.
No, I love that. Thank you. That was a great comment too, Linda. That's why I love the comments, because then you can feel so much from them. I love that. Thank you, Emily. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Emily, appreciate
Oh
it.
my gosh. Thank you guys so much.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.
If I'm not mistaken, Emily is also a 2-time winner of Myth or Mystery gear, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, I had nothing more to say about that. So why don't we move on? It's time for Myth or Mystery viral segment, brought to you by Ghost Inspector Greg. Audience, please let us know if you'd like to see viral video number 1, viral video number 2, or both analyzed. Voting is open on YouTube at Myth or Mystery Live.
Welcome back to another Viral Videos with Ghost Inspector Greg. Let's get into it. Could this be the legendary Yeti up in the Himalaya mountains? No idea about this one. What do you guys think? Could this be a spirit caught on a security camera? Let us know what you think by voting at Myth or Mystery.
And thank you very much, Ghost Inspector Greg, for that, as always. Now, after trivia, we're going to announce polling numbers from the viral video segment. Please share with us the viral videos that you're interested in, whether they make you feel something intuitively or you are curious if it is a myth or mystery. We want to know the why behind why you chose that particular video to submit to us. And we'd really love if you could submit some stuff to us. Please submit via our website at mythormysterylive.com. Your name will remain anonymous if you choose. All right, now it's time for what many of us consider the best segment of the week.
Be the first to answer our weekly trivia questions to win a spot in the monthly drawing for Myth or Mystery t-shirts and mugs.
All right, so here we go. Trivia question, as always. What you do is you'll have 5 seconds to answer the question, and please don't try to look it up on Google or anything like that. If you win tonight, Miriam's going to write your name down, and she's going to deposit it into Scully, which is right behind her. And at the end of the month, she's going to pick a winner. Now, we did this for June, and our June winner was Violet. So, Violet, I don't know if you are watching tonight, but you won. I think it was our last show that we did, that we pulled your name out. And, Miriam, we need to hear from her, right?
Yeah, I think we need her to reach out so that she can get her her merch.
Yeah, so please do. If you're listening tonight, if anyone knows how to get a hold of Violet, she won, and we'd love to be able to get that to her. So the question, what everyone's waiting for, of course, is the question tonight. And because we had our mortician friend on with us tonight, what year did modern embalming start? All right, we're looking for a number. We're looking for a year. Those are always the favorite. What year did modern embalming start? And you have 5 seconds to answer that question. All right, we are looking for a number here. We're looking for a year. Those questions always go over so very well. What year did modern embalming start? Now, of course, if she got it right, we couldn't possibly put her in there because she is related. But, well, no, go back to Ashley real fast. All right, thank you.
Oh, but we can do that. She can't win, but we can use the buzzer on her. That's nice.
That was probably Logan too, my kid.
Here's the thing, Marion.
Logan.
I know deep down you wanted to hear that buzzer.
You
wanted to know. Really yep. All right. So here we go. Linda, you are not right, but you're not too far. Okay, to help you all out here. Who said that they actually know it?
There's comments coming in. Hold on. Who said what?
Who said I actually know this?
Oh, they said they used to know this.
I actually need to know that. Oh, you need to know this. Okay.
Used to know that.
Mandy, as much as it pains me to do.
Hi, Mandy, by the way.
And no, this isn't right, but let's just say you're 50 years out. Just saying 50 years out. Nope, you're maybe 55 years out. Oh yeah, sure, Ashley. Nope, not the year 19,222.
He probably, to be fair, he meant, oh, there you go, 1920. Yeah. Well, maybe it was then. He comes from the future.
Yeah. Nope, you are about what is that? 12 years out. No one is. There's Violet.
Hi, Violet.
So Violet, you do know you won, right? That is the right Violet, right?
Yes, she said she emailed.
Oh, okay. Well, no one told me that. I mean, you're all keeping secrets from me as usual.
Is that correct? 1909?
No, it's not correct. Hey, you guys, I'm literally giving you all the answer. No one's listening to what I'm saying. I've given the answer like 5 times already. 1837. You are probably about 22 years out. I'm just saying.
1755.
You're 100 years out, okay, Joshua?
Oh, Joshua's off too. Okay.
Yeah, that's not a year. That's a century. You're 1 year out.
Damn it. Hold
Anyone
on.
hear me? Okay, seriously, guys. I have given
Use
you
your buzzer, for God's sake. I need to know who's.
We got to write one in there.
You're coming in too fast and furious. You got your finger on the buzzer? Go. 1879.
I just did the buzzer.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Okay, go.
10 years out. Or 110 years out. Yes, Jill. Yes.
We got a winner?
About time. Thank you.
Dude, applause, please. Applause.
I can't. You just relax.
Do we need to hire someone to do those things? Okay, God, I am so happy Jill won, but I'm also very angry at the buzzer tonight. Okay, here we go.
It got tired. Let's just put it that way. The buzzer got tired.
Your finger did. Listen, Greg, this weekend we need to practice, okay? I click, you click. I click, you click.
Don't say listen to me, because no one in the audience was listening when I gave away the answer literally about 10 times.
Jill was. Jill listened. Hold on, I'm writing her name down. It takes a lot of work. Jill S. All right.
You ready?
Have the drum roll. Hold on.
Here we go. You got it? All right. Here we
Hold
go.
on. I need this to. Okay.
Look at that. Have you been practicing? That was really good.
I did it before. I think there's a delay. I suck at it. It's fine.
Yeah, I can't even give her like praise. She just takes that down and she's like, that's how you say it, by the way.
Just so you know, 55 is my favorite number. Okay. Yeah, it's Jill J, by the way. What is she incognito? Or do you work for the CIA? You couldn't
probably had Facebook problems like I did.
Hi. Okay, well, I put Jill S. We're gonna be very confused now.
Now we're gonna need IDs and social security numbers. So
I know social security numbers.
All right. So we're at a fork in the road, Miriam. What are we doing? Are we continuing on, or are we?
I don't know what to do. Wait, we need to tell everyone who won which video won for the viral.
Okay.
Okay, but let me do it. Shut up, you guys. Let me do it.
Yeah, video number 1 got it with 41% of the vote.
Oh, I want to show the numbers. Oh, give me just about 45 more minutes and I'll have them up. Hold on. Everyone wants to see the numbers. Copy, paste.
For those who want to watch Ghost Box Radio, it's not happening.
It's not happening. Let's be honest. Hey, well, at least tonight we didn't run late because of our incessant chatter and banter, which some people say they don't like.
Who says that?
Just kidding.
Let's find them.
There.
Now this is for Jill. This is for Linda Judd. Currently there I have unread from the show 155 unread comments. 55 is in there. That's for you, Linda.
What?
Yeah, no kidding.
What? Why? Who? Do you got? I can do it. Didn't he say earlier that I was sending everyone pizza?
He
Yeah.
did say something about that,
Did
and
say
I don't
that.
think you did it.
I didn't order pizza. What? Sorry, guys. All right, there we go. Bam.
No.
So now what?
You tell me. I have no problem keeping going. I mean,
All
our
right, we got.
viewership is dwindling rapidly, but that's okay.
I do have to pee.
Oh,
Why don't we do video number 2? Because we're really, listen, guys, we're really behind on our viral videos. We have a lot to do. We have to catch up still. So it's gonna be a long night. Hunker
all right.
down.
All right, folks. You asked for this. This is on you tonight, folks. All right. So moving on to image number 2. It's the audience viral prick.
How do you really feel about it?
Yeah, right. Here we go. Anyway, so far so good. Let's see here.
While you do this?
What's that?
Can I go pee pee while you do this?
What?
Seriously,
right
does
there?
anyone care?
Because you're not on camera. All right, audience. You will vote before the panel analysis for video number 2 will be played a few times. You'll have a total of 60 seconds to complete your vote. So here we go. Here is image number 2.
The fuck is that? The fuck is that? The fuck is that? The fuck is that?
All right. Whoops. All right. Polls are now closed. Panel will begin their analysis. After the panel analysis, you'll get your chance to vote again. Miriam, why don't we start with you?
All right. So just like I'm loading that picture, kind of similar to what I was saying earlier. This feels, it's interesting because it visually looks, it really does look like a fairy, but it feels very dense, very physical, like a physical object connected to the earth. So for me, this is a myth. There we go. 20 minutes later. We need to hire someone to do that. Let's be honest. Like I can't do, my brain can't do all those things.
No. All right. So I'm going to go next here. Let's see here. First of all, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to cut to the chase here. To me, this is a myth. And the reason why I say so too is because certainly and I couldn't agree more with Miriam, which, that's not very often. But it has all the hallmarks of, to me, a bug or something like that. And the reason why it's so well lit is because it's coming from a lit source. I mean, look at the gentleman there. He's more lit up. If he got closer to the camera, he'd be very lit, which is what I hope to be very soon myself. And I just think that and once again, I would agree with Miriam. I've seen like fairies before, and it does hold some of that hallmark to it, and it's so beautifully angelically like white and glowing, but 100% myth from me as well. There we go. All right. Boy, if you're Ryan,
I know.
it's an angel.
All right. I was going to play the video, but I won't even go through that. So I took some still frames of it here. I mean, obviously there it does look very fairy-like, whatever you want to call it. You keep going. But then I was looking around and I found some pictures of cicadas as they fly.
Yeah,
And to
that's what
me,
I said
look-
that like when we aired it. Sorry.
they look very, very similar, to the point where it's got to be a cicada. I'll go through. I did find a clip here too where you can see what cicadas look like when they fly. They're such a big bug. They have kind of a hard time flying. They kind of tumble, which is kind of what this one does. It kind of goes and falls basically right into the car.
Sorry.
They're not a very graceful flyer, but they are a very big bug, which is probably why this guy ran away, like something was out to murder him or something.
Oh yeah.
So it's a myth all the way, and I think it's a cicada that was sitting on the Ring doorbell, and it came out after him when he went up to push it.
All right.
You know, I would like to add something else too to that, which I wanted to say was that, but Greg cut me off. Just kidding. That if it had been a ethereal or mystical, spiritual type object, I don't feel like that the jump. It felt like it touched him, like he was behaving as if something just touched him. You know what I mean? And there was just such a physicality to even his response that it just also screamed a physical bug of some sort.
Yep.
Yeah. So what are pre-analysis numbers?
We were at 66% myth, 26 mystery, and 6% unknown.
So it'll be interesting to see if anyone's analysis had changed at all after what we've just talked about. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's actually, I did forget to do that. Whether it did or not change your analysis, please, everyone, go vote again. We want to know if the panel has shifted your viewpoint on image number 2. And remember that where am I here? It's falling apart over here. Remember, even if your analysis did not change, please vote for the same one more time. Here you go. Please go vote again.
The fuck is that? The fuck is that?
All right, the panel gave their analysis. Now it's time for the audience analysis. What do we got here?
Lots of bugs, birds, bug, grasshopper, myth or mystery Nana, hummingbird, cicada, bug, a big bug. So that's a different one. It's a big bug. Oh, we got a fairy in the house. Dude, he did run really fast. Like, I honestly, if Bruce was that scared of a bug, I don't think I would have stayed with him for 22 years.
Wow.
Oh, it's a big bug.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, why don't you test him and see what happens?
he honestly,
Just throw a tarantula at him and see what he does.
he saves everything. It doesn't matter what it is. He's the only thing that he's not afraid of, but he won't like try and save is a cockroach.
Hmm.
Anyway, great story, right?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, it's amazing.
we
Tell me
did
more.
we did show this video before when it was part of the
The voting.
thank you. When Ghost Inspector Greg originally brought it to us. And that night, I feel like I'm boring everyone and myself.
Oh no,
Um,
no.
No, keep going. So, but that night that it
Almost said
originally
finish.
aired, I'm ignoring you guys. We actually had a viewer submit a video that had a similar bug vibe, and we were talking about the two. Anyway, Harlow just put the scoreboard up, which is her passive aggressive way of saying "shut up." Let's
Yeah, I
get
know.
this
That
going.
was kind of the
It was. I was. The audience is speaking. Hold on. Gosh, they're all saying it's a bug.
and so did we.
Okay, so we all agree it's a bug. All right. Hold
So-
on. Oh, just when you think, sorry. Ah, sorry. Go ahead. Speak.
No, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. Go ahead.
I was just gonna post this.
So
Oh, we
we're at-
moved. All unknowns have gone.
Yep, all unknowns went to myth, and now we're at 93% myth and 6% mystery.
Who's the mystery?
I'm pretty sure they said in the comments.
All right. Well, that was fun. Okay. We did it.
Now it's time for Harlow, where she, like you said, she very much like, here's a scoreboard if you all want to get to that at any point tonight.
Oh, for Pete's sake, half the time I put it up there and nobody even knows.
We know. We notice every time, and we appreciate it. But it was kind of the subtle, like almost Minnesotan way of telling you to wrap it up.
That's how it was read.
I felt like it was really loud when I saw it. I was like, God, I felt like she just yelled at me.
I kind of felt the same, to be honest, too, where it's just like down where we can see it, where no one else can see it, it's like, poof. To it.
Video number 1, we were spread out across the board, but in the end, the audience voted with me, so I got the win on that one.
Oh, God.
And video number 2, everybody agreed it's a bug.
Yep.
Everyone's a winner. My God.
Sorry, Harlow. I'm covering your face for a minute. He likes the pie graph. Blue for myth, green is also for myth, but labeled as mystery. What? Oh,
he's a constant troublemaker, is what he is.
He's pointing out an error. Oh my God, Harlow's she's never gonna sleep again after that.
First of all, where is there a pie graph? Am I missing the pie graph?
I don't
Am I
know.
missing something? Yeah.
I don't know. Why are Jeremy? We haven't picked on Jeremy for like 2 shows. That's all I got to say. All right. Nice work, people. Oh, we didn't acknowledge the ovulus.
Oh yeah, it said found in little during Emily's photo review, and right at the end there it said finish.
Right.
And also, even spirits are like, please finish the show. Please finish. Are you done yet?
Oh my God, he wasn't even talking about us.
What the hell is he?
Oh my God, even Harlow goes, what the hell?
So, Harlow, since we have you on, what are your thoughts for tonight? Are you coming back next week, or are you even just like enough?
I feel kind of roped in, but it is what it is. I enjoyed the guests a lot. I especially enjoyed Kari's perspective on death and energy and spirit. It was really interesting.
That's great. Yeah, no, it was really cool to have both of them, and as we wrap up, I mean, it's only 23 minutes into my show that's on right now as well. So, I mean, if you all want to
mention your show.
So anyway, yes,
go do your damn show. Fucking go, everybody. Go to ghostboxradio.com. Greg obviously wants you to watch his show.
Obviously, right? So before we go, Miriam, anything else you want to tell us about?
No, is there something I should be saying?
No, but I figured, because normally I'll be like, and we're wrapping up, and you'll be like, one more thing. Let Harlow host the Yeti video. What does that mean?
We voted on the Yeti video for next week.
I get that part, but I mean, hosted in what way? Are you?
Here's a
Kicking it
Yeti.
off, I guess.
I imagine you like just, a video of you just like near a bookshelf and like, maybe like Masterpiece Theater, like, and now we're going to show the Yeti video that was picked last week.
Definitely not close to any snow.
Oh, but you know what? Linda Judd did submit a viral video that's really good. It's just a visually really cool video, but we're going to save it for our on location episode at the end of the month.
It's going to be a lot of fun. That's coming up very soon, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We had an interesting experience there.
Oh, wow. That's
Awesome.
going to be cool. All right. Well, with that being said, unless anyone else has anything to add, and since I'm going to be kind of doing the wrap up, I'm sure this is when you'll tell me you have something to add. Once again, as always, folks, thank you for joining us on Myth or Mystery. Each week, we bring new videos for you and the panel to weigh in on. If you caught paranormal on camera or you have an extraordinary ghost or alien experience you'd like to share, please send it through our website, mythormysterylive.com. Once again, that's mythormysterylive.com. If you enjoyed our show, please like and share. We'll be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, here on Myth or Mystery Live. Thank you all very much for joining us. Goodbye. Good dog. Hey, we're still here. Hi.